In this video, I hope to demonstrate a very useful utilization of SAS arrays and go over some of the functionality of the array, the basic functionality of the array as it exists in SAS, and some of the eccentric aspects of it. So I've gone ahead and imported data frame Fruitseta into our work library. If we go and take a look at that, you'll see that this particular data frame contains 7 variables, beginning with var ID, and then we have var1, var2, var3, var4, var5, and var6. And each one of these variables from 1 to 6 are each character type variables. Now, the array that we're going to be utilizing, or at least the functionality that we're going to be demonstrating, is going to provide us with a pretty useful function. And what we want to do is we want to go through our data frame, specifically var1 to var6. We want to have SAS take a look at each observation as it goes through. And for each instance of apples, oranges, and cherries, we want to create a new variable at the end named FLAGVAR, and we want that particular variable, if this condition is met, to contain the observation entry of 1. So as you can see, there's apples, oranges, cherries, apricots, mangoes, pears. There's a whole lot going on as far as fruits are concerned in these particular variables and their corresponding observations. So let's just break down quickly what is going on in this little snippet of code. I mean, because there's a whole lot happening. So we have Fruitsetb is our original set that we imported. Once this code has been applied, we want to create Fruitsetb. The variable I is going to be dropped. We're creating the variable I down here. So we don't want variable I to be in Fruitsetb, but we are going to temporarily create it to perform our function for us as it relates to this exercise. So Fruitsetb is going to create Fruitsetb. We don't want I to be in Fruitsetb, so we're dropping it. Here's where we're creating our array. So we say array, fruit array, and then we have the braces, open brace, close brace. And in those braces, we're going to put an asterisk, which is going to be our array index. And then we need to specify which elements are going to be contained within the array. Well, we're interested in variable 1 to variable 6. So in this case, it works out perfectly because these variables are numbered 1 to 6. So we can get away with doing this. So var 1 to 6 sequentially. All right, these are our elements of the array. Then we want to do, and SAS is a bit weird when it comes to do loops, but that's probably another topic for a video on macros. But in any case, we're saying do, we're assigning the value 1 to I to 6. Why 1 to 6? Because there's 6 variables. And we want to have our counting variable, our I, our counter, we want it to scroll through the array elements, which is var 1 to 6. All right, so this is our array. It contains var 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we want our function to go through each. It's going to go through var1, var2, var3, var5, var6. And that's why we're assigning I 1 to 6. Now we're creating an if statement. If strip, meaning remove all extraneous spaces, etc., remove everything or search for anything that is a character variable, but nothing else. So if there was a space before or a space after or multiple spaces, ignore those. So if strip fruit array, now we're putting our counter variable in the curly braces in, and then we're having the particular character observations, which we're looking for, are character strings, apples, oranges, cherries, then FLAGVAR equals 1, end. And we're putting this end here again because SAS is a bit strange when it comes to creating loops. So let's just go over this one more time. We're creating Fruitsetb from Fruitseta. We don't want to keep the counter variable. Our array contains var1 to var6. Our I counter variable is going to count from 1 to 6 if there's an instance in which one of our variables, because it's going to count 1 through 6, is going to count var1, var2, var3, var4, var5, var6. That's what our counter variable is doing as it exists in this place here between the braces of fruit array. If one of these variable observations rows contains apples, oranges, or cherries, then for a new variable it's going to create at the end, then FLAGVAR is going to equal 1. If not, it's going to be blank, and then end. End is ending the loop. Again, it's a little funky, but that's how it's done. So let's go ahead and run this. So we see a successful execution. All right, here we are. So as you can see, in instances in which one of the specified variables, observations, for a particular row contained either apples, oranges, or cherries, a 1 was placed in FLAGVAR. So here's apples, cherries. So either apples or cherries would have flagged it. Here, there's only apricot and mango. So no number 1. This particular row contains no observations as it pertains to var1 to var6. So it's blank. Here we have pear and mango for row 10. So also blank because we're only interested in apples, oranges, and cherries. So that is a little demonstration of how you might apply an array to be utilized for this particular purpose of looking through variable row observation entries and making a flag within a new variable if one of those entries should be present. So with that, I encourage you to research arrays if you need to utilize them for another purpose or just want to understand them in greater depth. And I appreciate you stopping by and watching this video. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.